Thanks for joining us tonight. We're going to start our show at the state capitol, where right now the Senate Ethics Committee is honing in on the central question behind the drama of the last 2 weeks in the Senate. Senator Nicole Mitchell, as you know, charged with felony burglary. But should she be expelled? Is there probable cause for her expulsion? If there's a decision tonight, it would be a first step in giving some answers when it comes to Senator Mitchell's future in the state Senate. But we don't know that we're going to get an answer tonight. Probably not. And for what we do know, John Croman is at the Capitol.
Hey, I'm in the Minnesota Senate building, and this place was really crowded at 1 o'clock because, Gianna, that's when people expected this ethics hearing to begin. But they didn't read the fine print that said it'll start after the Senate's done. And so it really didn't get started until like 4:30, and they took up another case first. But the question really is not, will they make a decision tonight whether to expel Nicole Mitchell or to recommend that? It's really, they're trying to get to an idea of whether there's probable cause to make that decision. We're going to show you some video now. This is a look at the Ethics Subcommittee members. It's basically 2 Democrats, Bobby Joe Champion and Mary Kunesh, and 2 Republicans, Jeremy Miller and Matthew Johnson. And so it's evenly split 2 and 2. And their job is to make a recommendation to the rest of the Senate as to where to go with this ethics complaint against Senator Mitchell. She has returned to the Senate, but hasn't spoken to the media yet or even spoken from the Senate floor. She's charged, as you mentioned, with first-degree burglary, a felony, after being arrested in her stepmother's home in Detroit Lakes, April 22nd. Now, earlier today, the Republicans tried to get this thing going early. They tried to recess the Senate. That didn't work. But so here we are after 6:30, now finally getting to the Ethics Committee hearing. And here's a clip from some of the opening comments from Senator Eric Lucero, the Republican, who's one of the Republicans who made the complaint.
The severity of the criminal charges call for immediate action from the subcommittee on ethical conduct and the Senate as a whole. We will lay out clear evidence showing Senator Mitchell engaged in conduct far outside the accepted norms and below the standards of conduct we expect from Minnesota senators.
Now, this committee, again, they're supposed to come up with a decision on whether there's probable cause to do a formal, longer investigation, which would probably last way past the end of this session, which doesn't make Republicans happy because they're unhappy that she's been here as the 34th Democrat, casting the 34th deciding vote on a lot of close call bills, and so they're not happy with that. I haven't been in the meeting in the last few minutes to see if Senator Mitchell's in there. I know it's a hybrid meeting, so she does have the right to appear remotely. So Janet will see whether she comes and talks in person in front of this audience, which again has been here since 1 o'clock waiting to see this.
And John, at this point, the session ends in just a couple of weeks. Is it kind of a moot point that she'll stay on as senator, or could anything happen before that?
I think it's pretty understood. She said she is not going to resign. I mean, there are people chanting at the entrance to the Senate every day, resign, resign, other chants. But she said she's not going to resign voluntarily. She still, considers that she still has a due process coming to her in the criminal courts as well as here in the Ethics Committee. And so she's not going to resign. If they do eventually recommend expelling her, it would take a vote of 2/3 of the Senate to expel her, to remove her from the Senate. And it's, you want to know how rare that is, it's never happened in the Senate. They've never expelled a member. Usually, if it's something really bad, they just go ahead and resign.
Okay. Thank you so much, John Croman, for staying on top of this. We appreciate it.